Hi guys, Blake here today, Lake Taneycomo, Lilley's Landing Resort and Marina. It is Tuesday the 15th of March, 2:20 in the afternoon, 65 degrees, partly cloudy, beautiful day. They are running 2 units. They were running 4 this morning. Lots of people out enjoying the beginning of spring break. Lots of guides on the water. And in really cool news today, everybody's reported the fish are hungry and biting. I guess they finally decided to stop being grumpy. I'm gonna find out for myself. They might still be grumpy at me. But today I have the primary thing I've heard from Tracy Frenzel and Captain Dwayne Doty and Captain Tony Weedley or Wedelli. I still don't know how to pronounce his last name. Everybody has reported that scuds and eggs have been working today, but Captain Blake Harris was out there. So that's what I've got going on here. I've got me a orange egg about 13-14 inches below that. I've got a size 14 gray scud, and about 15 inches above the egg I have an AB size split shot. Also today, to prevent my split shot from sliding, I tied on my 5X leader material, which is what's holding the flies, to my other leader material, and I put the weight right in front of the knot that holds those 2 lines together. That will keep my weight from sliding. I have a medium-sized pink airlock indicator, which I'm going to set much deeper than it is right now. We're gonna set it about, I usually run about 11 foot or so whenever they're running 2 units. Take that. This has got a thread. Once you have it on there, you can untighten it and slide it up and down, unless you have a knot in the line. Then you have to unscrew it like I just did. So just to make sure I'm setting about that footage, I'm going to reel my indicator up to the top of my fly rod, and I'm going to check the distance. I know I've got a 9-foot rod here, so 9, 10, just about 11 foot. Always make sure that your reel seats are tight down. That one was really loose. Okay. And before I take my official first cast, we're going to get the boat drifting. I am currently setting just about 50-70 yards below Andy Williams' eddy. I'm a little farther out, about 60 to 70 foot away from the bank. I'm going to try to hold this line out here just a little bit deeper water. I'm not going to run the very inside edge where it's shallow now. I'm sure this morning when the 4 units was running that closer to that inside edge might have been a little better, but I think now that the sun has popped out a little more and the water has slowed down, that running the deeper line will be better. I'm using a water load cast to get it out there. That's where you just take the line, let it land on the water, and kind of straight arm lob it forward. So like I was saying, lots of good reports today so far. Apparently after weeks of the fish being kind of grumpy, they have decided they were eating. Talked to Captain Philip Stone on my way up. He also reported that the night crawler bite from Fall Creek to Short Creek was really good. Generally, when they're running about 2 units, that... Oh, that was a fish. Generally, that AB size split shot is just about right. Sometimes you have to go a hair less, sometimes you have to go a little more. Just depends on how much 2 units they're running. The cubic feet per second can vary in that 2 unit range. Captain Tony Lilley just came back to the dock not too long ago. Little young man caught his first trophy trout at 22 inches. They were up here in the trophy area, dragging size 12 scuds. Tony always likes to go big or go home. Big jigs, big scuds. And usually if the water's running that heavy, I also go with the size 12. Oh man. The guys out here today that have been doing this have been dragging the scuds and eggs on drift rigs and also doing it underneath an indicator. Both have been working today. I always feel like the better presentation comes under an indicator. It kind of gets those floating a little more freely. But whenever the fish are biting it on the drift rig, it's almost easier to do it that way. But you could not ask for a more perfect spring day. Wind is gonna kind of push me around here. Alright, we're pulling it in. No fish on the first cast. I was really hoping. Just check my flies and make sure that we are not dragging any moss. That looks good. This wind is gonna mess my drift up a little bit. So I'm gonna use the troll motor to push the boat downstream and try to stay in that general vicinity of 60 to 50, 60, 70 foot away from the bank. So the way to tell if you're using enough weight is to see occasionally that indicator tick in the bottom. I'm gonna pull this in and recast it one more time. If you're not seeing the bobber kind of tick occasionally, you are not using enough weight, or you don't have it set deep enough. One of the two. Sometimes I can get away with a little less weight by just extending, dang it, just by extending the length of the leader. But it's probably better just to add the proper amount of weight. Oh, we've also sent out a lot of boats today. And seems like for the most part everybody's catching fish. I had one group tell me that they went up below Lookout Island this morning and threw 1/8 ounce white jigs and said they caught some nice 18, 19 inch rainbows. And I'm just not sure that I have quite enough weight on there. I've seen it tick a few times, but not a whole lot. So I think after I get this fish in here, I'm gonna add just a small piece of split shot on there. And this fish took the egg pattern. Oh, come on, buddy, don't do that. There he is. Nice little stalker. Okay, so I'm just gonna add the smallest split shot that I have in here. If I can find it. There we go. This is a number 4. It's an additional 0.2 grams of weight. Not a whole lot. Real tiny little thing. So tiny that I probably won't find it if I drop it. Kind of add this in anticipation of coming up on the narrows here shortly. The narrow water, even though it's shallow, will pick up speed, and we need just a little extra weight to keep it on the bottom. There we go. I also brought a spin cast rod rigged up for Dragon 1 in case I broke this off. Alright, let's see if that extra split shot helps take that thing on the bottom just a touch more. Get the boat caught up to the drift. Going downstream with the trolling motor just a touch. There's another one. Alright, so I probably got lucky on that last fish. I don't think I had quite enough weight, but we do now. And this fish, oh, don't do that. This fish took the scud. A little bit bigger, pretty. Over here on this side, he's got a real pretty orange in his gill plate. Okay. The wind is really getting me. Anytime I'm moving the boat any one direction with a long fly leader. I always cast it off the opposite side of wherever I'm moving to. Keep it from pulling across the trolling motor or anything crazy like that. So the amount of split shot I added a number 4 to a AB weight. That brings it up to 0.8 grams, which is the exact same size as a AAA weight. So also could have taken off the one I had on there and just added a AAA, which would come out to be the same amount. Kind of reduces the possibility of losing a weight and not knowing it. When you get to adding a bunch of little split shot on, sometimes they can fly off in the middle of a cast, and you can go fishing without having enough weight and not know it. You don't have to get these super far out away from the boat. I'm only 10 to 15 foot at max, really, away from the boat with my cast. I'll tell you though, this weather is just absolutely perfect. 65 to 68 degrees, that's about my preferred temperature. I'm going to scoot the boat over. We're coming up on the narrows. Despite the fact that the boat will float over all of that right now, I think the best spot to fish this is to get the boat in the channel and then fish on this outside edge of the channel with the scud. So we're just going to get the boat over here in position. I'm going to pull in my flies and just make sure there's no moss dragging. Still got both of my weights and no moss. So we are good there. when you're coming up on the narrows, if you get real close inside the channel, you've got to kind of watch out, because I'm actually just going to spin the boat around. That channel will suck you in towards that, all them trees. Yeah, I think we can run it like this. A little close to the boat, so I'm gonna get back out there. Oh, that was a bite right in the middle of the wake. Ah. Oh, that was a fish too. I had him on there. I felt him shaking his head. Oh, I did see Captain Dwayne Doty drifting this little section right here when I was coming up, so I'll bet that means that they were on top of some fish right here. That's 2 missed fish already. Coming up on the big root wad and U-shaped log I talk about here at the on this side of Eagle Island right before the flat happens. And I'm about 40 foot away from that log. Once again, trying to favor the just slightly deeper water. That flat comes out for about 50, 60 foot and then drops off a little bit. But this morning when the 4 units was running, I would imagine that being closer in on the flat itself, when that water was just a touch deeper and it was all the way to that inside edge, was probably the better spot to be. And we're coming up on the end of the island. This is probably about where I'm going to have to end the video today. We are quite busy on the dock, so I need to get back and watch for boats coming in. So we'll go just a second longer here, see if we can pick up one last scraggler. Missed my chance at the last two. Okay, there it is, end of the island. Well, the fish definitely seem to be biting a little better for me today, so that's a plus. But we thank you guys for watching. Like and share us on Facebook, and we'll be out again tomorrow. Thanks, guys.